Dear students, in this video, we shall read about King Tut's demise, that it was an important event. We shall read about his predecessors also. Now let us read. Today, diagnostic imaging can be done with computed tomography or CT, by which hundreds of X-rays in cross section are put together like slices of bread to create a three-dimensional virtual body. What more would a CT scan reveal of tooth than the X-ray, and could it answer two of the biggest questions still lingering about him? How did he die, and how old was he at the time of his death? The author here wants to say us that in these days we have a developed technique, and we have computed tomography, which is also known as CT scan. By CT, hundreds and thousands of X-rays in cross sections can be gotten, and they are put together like slices of bread in order to create a three-dimensional virtual body. What more should we think of CT scan? CT scan, it can reveal of tooth than the X-ray. CT scan can reveal more. What X-ray could reveal, CT scan can reveal more, and yet after that there are two big questions. These questions are: the question number one is, how old was King Tut when he died? And the next, what was the mystery behind his death? How he died? These are the two questions that are yet to be answered, and the author wants to know whether CT can answer these questions. King Tut's demise was a big event when, even by royal standards, he was the last of his family line, and his funeral was the death rattle of a dynasty. As King Tut was the last heir of his family line, so his death was an announcement of the end of that dynasty, but the particulars of his passing away and its aftermath are unclear. Yet, though his death was an important event, by all standards it was an important event, and he was the last heir of his family line, but the particulars of his passing away and the incidents after that are yet unclear. What happened after that, how he passed away, these are yet to be answered. Amenhotep III, Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful pharaoh who ruled for almost 4 decades at the height of the 18th dynasty's golden age. The author here wants to say that Amenhotep III, there was a king, his name was Amenhotep III. He was a very powerful ruler, and probably he was the father or grandfather of the boy's pharaoh, King Tut. He ruled over Egypt for approximately 4 decades, that is 40 years, and he was the important ruler at that time. The dynasty was at its golden age, and Egypt was also flourishing. His son Amenhotep IV succeeded him and initiated one of the strangest periods in the history of ancient Egypt. Amenhotep IV was the son of Amenhotep III, and when Amenhotep III passed away, Amenhotep IV took over. He succeeded his father, but he made many changes that were not so favorable. The new pharaoh promoted the worship of the Aten, the sun disk. Now he asked his people, he himself worshipped Aten, and he asked his people to worship Aten, that is the sun disk. He himself changed his name to Akhenaten. His name was Amenhotep, and he changed his name to Akhenaten, that is, or servant of the Aten. He changed his name Akhenaten. Akhenaten means servant of the Aten, and moved the religious capital from the old city of Thebes to the new city of Ekhetetan, known now as Amarna. He also shifted the religious capital from Thebes to Ekhetetan. Ekhetetan is now known as Amarna. He further shocked the country by attacking Amun, a major god, further smashing his images and closing the temples. In those days, people of Egypt worshipped god Amun, but the king of that time, Akhenaten, did not want Amun to be worshipped, so he attacked Amun. He got damaged the murals, the statues of Amun. He closed the temples and promoted the worship of Aten. It must have been a horrific time, said Ray Johnson, director of the University of Chicago's Research Center in Luxor. Ray Johnson, who was the director of the University of Chicago's Research Center in Luxor, he said that undoubtedly it must have been a very horrible time. The site of ancient Thebes. The family that had ruled for centuries was coming to an end, and then Akhenaten went a little wacky. That family had ruled over that country for centuries. Now it was coming to an end, and probably Akhenaten, who had attacked Amun, later he became a little wacky, a little crazy. Wacky, that is crazy. After Akhenaten's death, a mysterious ruler named Smenkhkare appeared briefly and exited with hardly a trace. When Akhenaten died, Akhenaten, that is Amenhotep IV, when he passed away, after him a mysterious ruler, a mysterious king, his name appeared. His name was Smenkhkare, and he came for a brief period of time, and without leaving any hard trace, he passed away. And now it was the turn of Tut, and then a very young Tutankhaten took the throne. After Smenkhkare's death, Tutankhaten became the king. King Tut, as he is widely known today, the boy king, soon changed his name to Tutankhamun, living image of Amun, and oversaw a restoration of the old ways. He reigned for about 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Tutankhaten took over the throne. He became the king, and he found that people of the country wanted to worship Amun. He himself changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. He allowed people to worship god Amun. He also promoted the worship of Amun, and he became a popular king. He changed his name as Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun means living image of Amun, and he oversaw the restoration of the old ways that was before him. Akhenaten, he restored the old ways, but he reigned for about 9 years and then died unexpectedly. How he died, it is yet unknown. He died unexpectedly. He died in his late teen years. Dear students, remaining in the next video.